Okay, so let's turn to the last of the brands, so to say. This is Hearty, and it's by Padico. And this is a rather small package, so it's about half the size of this Tensinendo, but it's only 50 grams, so I'm guessing that the angel clay that I used before had 100 grams in it. And it popped. You could hear the sound, so I'm going to have to cut it open on this side. The instructions, unfortunately, are all on Japanese, and I'm going to try to read them. Other than that, let's get started with this review. Okay, so this is the 5th brand that I'm reviewing, and I really like the Padico brand. I already have air dry whipped cream from them, and I'm really happy with it. It's very good quality. So let's see if the air dry clay is as high quality as the whipped cream. So this is a lot more moist than the angel clay that I used before. It is also a little squishy, I would say, but I mean, you couldn't really tell on camera that the angel clay was squishy, and this is even less squishy, but it feels a little squishy. I said before, it is a little moist, so let's try to get it on our hands so that we can't get it off again. But I mean, I can still just take this off, and it doesn't leave any residue. So that's really cool. So although it is moist, it's really easy to get it off your fingers. So that's cool, that's a plus. So you could already see I can just rip this and it goes on and on forever. So that is really cool. So the angel clay came apart as soon as I pulled on the sides. So let's see if we can see fibers here. And we can. You see those little hairs right there? So it is about the same as the Daiso brand fibers, I would say. But again, I still think that this is usable for whipped cream. Let's get my little paper for comparison. So this white is a little darker, a little warmer, I would say, than the sheet of paper, but it's still a very brilliant white. And it does stick to paper. We'll see if it sticks to the work surface also. Again, I'm working on glass. Sun is out again, it stopped snowing. Okay, so let's try to make a ball. Again, I'm applying a lot of pressure, trying to get all the seams to disappear. And it is gorgeousness! Look at this. So this is gonna come in really handy when I make the donut. So let's take some. Ooh, so flexible, I love it. Okay, sorry you guys. So I'm gonna pre-flatten this a little bit and then roll out the 2 sheets, and we'll see how sticky it is on glass and also on metal. So it does stick to the rolling pin a bit, but not super bad. So you can easily scrape it off. And again, it just doesn't stick to the glass work surface, which is really nice. So you can see here perfectly clearly, perfectly fine, yeah. A lot of fibers. It's like fur, so that's not nice. But I'm hoping that I can clean this up simply by brushing the blade along the side. See? Clean side, furry side. Yeah, so it's no problem cleaning this up at all. So because the angel clay turned out to be too colored, I'm using a lot less color. And now I'm gonna just mix that in. Okay, I'm really impressed right now. I only mixed this for about 1 minute and it's already all mixed in. So you can see it's a really nice dough color. it does stick to paper, look at that. So do not use paper clay on paper surfaces. Get something else. So I'm going to try to roll this into a ball and then start making the donut. Ta-da! Again, I already showed you this. This is gorgeousness. So it's all smooth, and I will try to poke a hole in the middle. Look at how stretchy this is. Okay, let's see how well this is to blend. So I'm not using any water here, and it just blends so very easily. So I didn't get rid of everything. You can see there are still little bumps, and I'm afraid I have to push some more, but then I will destroy the shape. So I'm going to use a little bit of water here, but I dip my finger into water, and then I'm just like, it's not even wet, it's like moistened. So I'm going to try to smooth out this part here. So it's not possible, so even with water you can still see that there are little bumps here. So even with water it's not able, or I wasn't able to smooth it out completely. Okay, so this time I used a lot of water and it's all smooth. So that's really nice, it does work. So this is now my favorite clay because it was a lot easier, like smoothing everything out. And it's not as like this. The surface is a little smoother than the angel clay, but still the two are very similar. The only thing that's different is that the fibers are more visible in this Hearty clay. So let's get out our chalk pastels and try to color the piece. Works fine too, but it is a little harder. I have the feeling that the clay doesn't pick up the color too well. Quick overview over this clay. So it is very white. It is a little moist, but it doesn't stick to your fingers at all. It is very soft and easy workable. It is a little like squishy, but not as squishy as the angel clay. It is very flexible. You are able to see fibers when you like rip it apart, but other than that, it is it holds its shape really well. The sheets that I rolled out work perfectly fine. It doesn't stick to metal or to glass at all, or to acrylic, to my acrylic roller. So that was really awesome, and it picked up color really well. So we will see how flexible the pieces or squishy the pieces are after drying. And then I will let you know how I think about this clay. So far, this is probably one of my favorites next to the angel clay. So here are all the pieces next to each other. Hearty is not as warm as the Daiso, so Daiso is like the brightest white that I have. Well, sounds like paper ripping, it's really cool. So, but I cannot make it break by folding it over and over again, can I? Well, it feels broken, and you can, like, the crack is visible. See this little line here, but it doesn't break. So 12 hours for a thin strip might be enough. Okay, moving on to Hearty. Clay, that was the white one from Padico. And these curl up also. I do not like that, so they might change shape if you just let them dry. So that's not nice at all. And this feels like it's breaking, so this might not be fully cured yet. You can already see there's cracks coming up there. And I think you are even able to see the little fibers sticking out. Yeah, look at that. So there's no fibers where I smoothed out the sides, but as soon as you rip something off, the fibers are visible. So let's look at the thinner piece. Don't know what's wrong with my voice, sorry guys. So this feels really flexible. And it does unfold on itself again, but I think the angel clay did a much better job on that. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's not coming apart or anything, so it's kind of durable. I did like this clay a lot, although I do have to say it feels dry. So the angel clay was a lot smoother, and this, I don't know, still is not as squishy as the angel clay, so that's not good for me. And it just snips, so that's where the piece was broken before. I cannot rip this apart, so that's a plus, but it does break really easily just by bending it once, so that's not good. And there is fibers visible all the way through, so that's not nice. That might be a reason why this rips so easily. Let's have a look at thinner pieces. They do rip. And they do break. I can feel it already. See? Okay, so they do break. The thicker donut piece here is a little squishy. It is, I think, not as squishy as the angel clay, but still a little squishy, so it's okay. But I think I had to use a mixture of water and pastel colors, chalk pastels, to color the donut, and you can see the paintbrush marks, so that might be a fault on my part, but just because I don't usually color my clay pieces. So if I'm able to like correct my mistake here, I would probably be able to use this clay. And what's nice is that the other clays that I'm going to show you in a second, they had a shiny mark on the bottom where the clay dried on the surface, and this one doesn't. I mean, I didn't really smooth it out perfectly here. You can still see some streaks here, but it doesn't have this shininess to it, so that's really nice. So if I can figure out how to color this clay properly, like with a paintbrush, then I might be able to use it. So let's see if this also gets tacky again when I put it in water. Yep, a little bit. Yeah, you can see maybe this white on my fingers. So, I mean, I don't think it will wash out like instantly, but it does become sticky again. So, that's not good. But yeah, so I might have to refrain from using paper clays altogether, which is really sad. I was really looking forward to using them. But oh well. Okay, so I really liked the Hearty clay. I mean, I do like the Padico brand, but there are a lot of fibers visible and it does break easily, so I might not be using it, but it is still a good clay. It is on the pricier side though, so do keep that in mind when you want to buy paper clays. Okay, moving on to the two home brands by Miniature Sweet and Sophie and Toffee.